Thank you, Keith. And here are the players to watch in this match. Dan Norton from England and Luke Morgan from Wales. They are the speedsters. Dan Norton, 4 tries to his name yesterday. Yes, I'm Wyn Griffith from Wales, and I'm joined by former England Sevens squad captain Ollie Phillips for this all-important bowl clash. This is not where England nor Wales wanted to play really this weekend, but this is where they find themselves. James Rodwell, the record breaker, 69 consecutive tournaments now for James Rodwell, will lead England, and Luke Trahan will again lead Wales. And there's a first start for young Morgan Williams. England tied with Samoa and Fiji on 7 points after 3 pool games. They lost out on points difference. And Wales were very disappointed to have lost all 3 games yesterday. Started slowly against Japan and paid the price, 26-19 the final score there. And then it was quite a beating from Argentina, and they failed to make it against Australia. For England, it was that loss to Fiji that cost them the place ultimately in the Cup quarter-finals. Our referee for the first match of day 2 here in Singapore is Richard Kelly from New Zealand. Good morning, Ollie, and welcome back. It was an exciting and an interesting first day here in Singapore, and it promises to be equally exciting here on finals day at the National Stadium in Kallang.
It does, and it's great to be here. Was an intriguing contest, not only for this competition, but also with our eye on Rio and the Olympics. These two sides, both these players will be wanting to pit their wares against each other and show that they merit the place in Team GB come Rio in August.
And the first strike is from Wales, is very impressive. Owen Jenkins. And Wales have come out all guns blazing this morning. I did half suggest to some of the players at breakfast time, is this an Olympic trial? And certain eyebrows were raised, certainly when I posed the question. But good work here by Owen Jenkins. Very alert. Carpentier couldn't quite gather the loose ball.
Yeah, really good opportunistic play from Wales, leaping on the England mistakes. When you mentioned about Rio and all the selection, well, that's the reason why Simon Amor isn't involved with the team talks this weekend. He's letting Tony Rope run the England side so that he can get a greater view and perspective on Wales and on Scotland as well as his England side.
So good start from Wales. Now then, can they build on that opening score from Owen Jenkins? A winger for Pontypridd, but finding himself at forward for the Wales. Sounds good. That speculative kick ahead here from Cameron Cowell. Well, this is going to be an exciting match. Tit for tat, the score for England. Cameron Cowell backed himself.
I mean, this is great vision initially from Warwick Lemur, but this is all about pace. Cameron Cowell really growing into that England jersey, getting better and better every game. And that is blistering speed to get over the try line.
So the conversion from Cowell is successful. In the meantime, just out of shot, Owen Jenkins, the Wales try scorer, is receiving treatment on the 22. He looked to run that injury off, perhaps. No, he's coming off, and Wales already down to 11 men, having lost Christian Phillips already yesterday. But an exciting start then. England against Wales, the old enemy. It's tied up at 7 points all. Like those high-hanging kicks, Sam Cross. Somebody, or if anyone has impressed in the Welsh camp, it's certainly the Wales number 10, Sam Cross. Jordan Williams, good take. Owen Jenkins trying to shake off that injury. Adam Thomas, the former Wales captain. dug out by Jordan Williams for Morgan Williams, no relation. The youngster making his debut this weekend in Singapore from the Carnarvon area in North Wales. Not very often do you see North Walians represent Wales at rugby, with one or two notable exceptions.
Well, just an unfortunate mistake from him there. Morgan Williams, but a poor pass from Jordan Williams off the base of the scrum. Not making it easy and giving England the opportunity to really capitalise. First game up here at day 2.
Yeah, he did impress me yesterday, I have to say, when he came off the bench, Morgan Williams, for his first taste of HSBC Sevens, World Rugby Sevens. He's for the Ospreys at the Liberty Stadium in Swansea. Grabbed it by the seat of his pants. There was Rory McConaughey by Adam Thomas. That little hitch kick again from Cameron Cowell, causing some problems, some indecision in the Welsh ranks, but they will get their penalty. Sam Cross again in very quickly, getting his hands on the ball.
Brilliant work from Sam Cross. Nearly got exposed from the in and out from Cameron Cowell, who looks electric already this morning on this field. But fantastic work from Cross, straight onto his feet, straight over the ball. And what a great 7 he is for Welsh Sevens at the moment.
Certainly is. He never gives less than 100%. He missed out on the Commonwealth Games in 2014. But I tell you, he's hell-bent on making that Olympic selection. And good luck to him.
He's definitely somebody that Simon Amor will be looking on, eagerly watching just in this Welsh camp. Really, really good 7 for them and a key player for them.
Oh, that's a poor throw by Wales and Carpentier. Oh, he may have slipped up when Wales scored their opening try, but he reacted first on that occasion, and that try, that score gives England the lead.
Well, it's the overthrow from Trahan, and then it's all about de Carpentier just backing himself, using his weight and power to get himself through those tackles and over the line, and England take the lead.
So Cowell far out on the far touchline, some 5 metres in from touch. Struck it well, just wide of the mark. So England lead Wales 12-7 in the bowl quarterfinals. The losers of this game will drop into the Shield competition. Well, there we are. The head coach of the Olympic GB squad on the right, and the assistant coach Gareth Williams on the left. Simon Amor on the right-hand side there. So England edge Wales here. If Wales can get the ball into that young man's hands, Luke Morgan, devastating pace. Ball palmed down by Sam Cross. The bounce was high, and Luke Trahan did well. Morgan.
That was really well tidied up by Trahan, but they're spilling the ball again.
And Carpentier says thank you very much, I'm over for my second.
Well, it's 2 mistakes from a Welsh perspective here that are costing them dearly. First one off that line out, and here not being secure and precise at the breakdown. Spills out the side of the ruck, and that's ever so simple for de Carpentier to get his second.
Yeah, he was the benefactor of Warwick Lemert's excellent work at the breakdown. Hayter was there also. This time, Cowell does add the conversion. And suddenly, there's daylight between the teams. 19-7, that's England's advantage. But again, those errors are proving costly for the Welsh.
They are, but they'll look to that man in shot, Jordan Williams, for a bit of magic. He can produce it. It's the consistency that he lacks, but they need him right now to produce something.
Yeah, he's acting as a sweeper at the moment. Giving chase is McConaughey. Well taken though by Morgan Williams. In goes Lemert, getting his hands on the ball straight away. Not for the first time. Warwick Lemert was the New Zealand Provincial Sevens captain of Taranaki before changing allegiance to England.
Such good work. I mean, he punches way above his weight. Outstanding at the breakdown there. Two Welshmen trying to get him off the ball. Stays over it, rock solid, doesn't move.
To Carpentier looking for his hat-trick. Spilling the ball, so it's a good opening 7 minutes for England, having been caught unawares early on by the Welsh, but they've steadied the ship and lead their near neighbours by 19-7 at half-time. Has assumed the coaching duties, given the lecture at half-time. Some England supporters here very early this morning. And they were here at about 8:30, soon after the doors opened. World Series most tournaments, James Rodwell on 69, DJ Forbes now on the back of that Hong Kong tournament, equal with the great Samuel Uwalemai, and Ben Gollings is there also.
And it won't be long till James Rodwell takes that title. One more tournament for him to play to level up with Ben Gollings as the most capped English player of all time in the sevens level. Outstanding from him.
So here we go then, back with the second half, and Wales get the advantage from Richard Kelly here. Luke Morgan takes it quickly, doesn't want to pass to Morgan Williams, it seems. Sam Cross just about gets the ball away. Jordan Williams, that yesterday. He knows that his team can play better than the displays they gave yesterday, coming off the back of a very difficult Hong Kong tournament, of course. Morgan to Jordan Williams, happy to offload this time to Morgan Williams. Jenkins, lovely. I thought it was going to be a lovely pass, didn't quite find its mark.
It didn't, but the contrast in the two coaches at half-time was for all to see. Gareth Williams really animated, Tony Rope really focused and precise. He knows at the moment that England are living off of Welsh mistakes, and Gareth Williams needs them to tighten that up. He needs them to stop making those silly little basic errors at ruck time or handling errors. They're just letting England run away with this game.
Yeah, I'd like to be sitting on Simon Amell's shoulder at the moment to see what notes he's writing in that little book of his. Perhaps he's just doing the Sudoku, I'm not quite sure.
One way or the other, he knows his numbers that he likes.
Yeah, time on.
And he'll be getting those lined up with less than 3 or 4 months to go until Rio de Janeiro.
So the GB team will get together at the beginning of next month and will compete on the European circuit.
Yeah.
Let's
get the platform. Wait for my call, please. Crouch.
Clear and concise.
Bind.
Limit in the middle of that
Set.
England scrum, can play at scrum half as well. Out from Cowell to McConaughey, the kick through. Hayter gives chase. The bounce is high for Luke Morgan. Takes it well. Trehan to Cross. He's got an out-and-out winger in Owen Jenkins, but he's well and truly smashed in the tackle there. And Rodwell is feeling the effects, and he's still down holding his knee.
Oh no, that looks bad for James Rodwell. I feel for him there because he looks in a lot of pain. As Welsh keep going with this onslaught.
Jordan Williams, a high tackle, so Wales will get the penalty after James Rodwell has received attention. And they've called for the stretcher here.
Number 2 sub.
The medical attention is second to none here, as it is at every tournament, so every precaution will be taken.
Just see James Rodwell's knee here. Really unfortunate there on that left leg. So painful for him, and I feel so sorry
Guys, can you just hold the
Such a
mic for
great
me?
stalwart for English
Make
rugby,
sure
and
the ball stays here, please.
we wish him all the best. Hope it's not as severe as it looks.
You could see that Oscar Hurski-Douglas fell on James Rodwell. So whilst we wait for James to receive attention, we'll just remind ourselves of the games coming up. Scotland will take on Canada. Japan, Portugal, that's going to be an interesting one because Portugal are in the drop zone, and despite this just being Japan's fifth tournament as a guest team, they are above Portugal and Russia in the HSBC World Rugby rankings. Russia will take on the USA. Themselves disappointed not to be in the cup draw today. So in the cup quarterfinals, this is what we have in prospect. Fiji against Australia, South Africa against New Zealand. The four big hitters will appear in the quarterfinals, and two of them will lose out. Argentina, 3 out of 3 yesterday against Samoa, and France, 3 out of 3 yesterday, will take on Kenya. Is this a resurgent France? They defeated New Zealand for the very first time in 11 years, and that goes back to Paris in 2005 when France defeated New Zealand on their way to claiming their only cup win at their home tournament in Paris. And of course HSBC World Rugby Sevens series will move to Paris next month for the first time in 10 years or so. And we mentioned the Rio Olympics very often this weekend, and these are the referees of the men's tournaments. Anthony Moyes from Australia, Federico Anselmi from Argentina, Rasta Rasavenge and Craig Joubert, along with Marius van der Westhuizen and Ben Kraus from South Africa, Richard Kelly, Nick Bryant from New Zealand, Matt O'Brien, who's now employed by World Rugby, although affiliated to the Australian Rugby Union, Alex Ruiz from France, Mike Adamson from Scotland, and from Japan, Taku Otsuki-san. And for the women's tournament, well, they have their own referees, although I think that possibly Rasta Rasavenge might appear. Yes, he does, along with Amy Barrett from South Africa, Alhambra Nieves from Spain, Jessica Beard and Amy Perrett, James Mbolambu from Fiji, Gabrielle Lee from Hong Kong, England's Sarah Cox, Rose Lebreche from Canada, Beatrice Benvenuti from Italy, Alex Pratt from Scotland, and again the Japanese representative Sakurako Kawasaki. So those are the referees who are privileged to be officiating at the Rio Olympics in August, when rugby, and Sevens rugby in particular, returns to the Olympic stage. So the top try scorers here in Singapore on level terms of 4 apiece. Madison Hughes, Dan Norton, England's Dan Norton on the bench here for this match. Siabela Sanatla, the top try scorer this season. And Virimi Vakatawa, to my mind, probably the star player this weekend for France, certainly at the Singapore Sevens. England's Richard de Carpentier is there now. And a hat-trick yesterday against Wales for Juan Pablo Esteles from Argentina. Katsuki Sakai, a favourite amongst the Hong Kong crowd last weekend. The abrasive Quagga Smith from South Africa is there, alongside Vladislav Sozonov, who took his try as well on the opening day here and led South Africa, did the Russians, by 10-0 at one time. Kitioni Talinga, the best newcomer in Hong Kong last weekend. Zach Test from the USA, the evergreen Zach Test, and Samoa Tuloa from Guerrero receiving as the England team gather their thoughts. Leading Wales by 19-7. The applause you hear is for the departing England captain James Rodwell. We wish him well, certainly, with his recovery. We'll try and keep up with the news. He's sitting up, but it's a worried frown that he wears, and
Now you can see how upset he is. Just, it looked a pretty bad injury. We'll hope for his sake that it's not as severe as it looked there. But you know, James Rodwell on marking. History-making tournament for him today. 69 tournaments consecutively. Very sad way to see him leave the field.
It certainly is, and the first person off the bench there to give him a handshake is Simon Amo, Tony Rocks as well, the England coaching team.
You guys right?
It's always sad to see a player leave the field of play under those circumstances, and as I say, we wish James Rodwell well. So Wales looking to catch up here, 19-7 they trail with 4.5 minutes remaining of this bowl quarter-final. Sam Cross to Luke Morgan to inject some pace into the Welsh attack, and here he goes. Luke Morgan for Wales. Wants to go down under the post to make the conversion easier.
Yeah, that's the kind of response Gareth Williams would have wanted as well. He's had a bit of respite. Really good from Luke Morgan. In, out, uses his spin to blast through Bowden. Really from through Bowen, apologies, and great finish from him too. Outstanding start from Wales, having just had that rest.
Yeah, in the meantime, there's another Englishman down, receiving treatment on the near side, on the 10-meter line here. So things going from bad to worse for England. As Jordan Williams eyes the conversion, pushes it wide of the far upright. Luke Morgan now second on the all-time tries for Wales behind Tal Selly, who was the player of the tournament at the Rugby World Cup Sevens in 2009 when Wales lifted the Melrose Cup. So England 19, Wales 12, but there will be time added on here because, as I say, there's an Englishman down, and he's Tom Bowen. He's back up on his feet, but that's his game over by the looks of it. Might have to go through not sure whether it's a CIA or concussion injury assessment or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure Tom Bowen quite knows where he is at the moment, but you know, it's a really unfortunate couple of minutes for England as they lose two key players for them.
Yeah, Tom Bowen escorted down the tunnel, so that is obviously what is likely to happen, the concussion injury assessment. Recognise, remove, those are the two key words when there is any hint of a concussion. So England dig it out through, all cut out, score the difference, 19-12. England still hold an advantage as Hayter puts in a long kick downfield. Back there is Trehan. The bounce is favourable. Tom Isaacs, the replacement to Jordan Williams with a little bit of space. He's got Luke Morgan, the speedster. Morgan being asked to do it again for Wales. How much gas is there left in the tank? That is the question, because the humidity is high, despite the fact that we are in an air-conditioned stadium to all intents and purposes. Jenkins out to Trehan, this time to Isaacs on the far side. Wales must retain possession. Thomas into midfield, look for the sidestep perhaps from Jordan Williams, and the offload. Good work by the youngster, who will be joining Bristol RFC next season from the Scarlets of Llanelli.
Wales really good.
Going to recycling from the Welsh. Second for Luke Morgan, his 60th in the Sevens series career.
And an excellent try it is. What you want from your wingers, you want them to back themselves, back their pace, pin their ears back, go for that corner, go for the try line. That's exactly what he does. Goes head to head with Dan Norton, the fastest man in the England squad, and gets over the line. You can see the exhaustion and relief on his face as he does as well.
An excellent kick, but not quite on the mark. I think he's more fearful of Gareth Williams, a tongue lash from Gareth Williams perhaps, than not scoring that try. And there he is now, equal with Tal Selly. So 19 to 17, 40 seconds remain of this bowl quarter-final. England still hanging on to that slender 2-point lead. The ball is lost forward now, then a half chance here for Wales if they move it quickly. Not sure whether Luke Morgan can do it again. Tom Isaacs. Not one. Done Norton. Norton to Carpentier. Carpentier will stride in for what is going to be a certain England victory now. Right on the gong then.
Well, there's a bit of niggle at the end, but it's all about turnover ball again. So clinical England as soon as it comes. Norton first to react, then looks for the Carpentier on the inside. Good finish, and Trahan just trying to disrupt it at the end. Bit of handbags, but England come away with that win at the last.
Oh, it's been a tough 15 minutes for England, losing James Rodwell, Tom Bowen as well, but they've come through the first of the bowl quarterfinals, defeating Wales by 26 to 7.